other that many good men have died for. I'm here to point out that to everyone that it appears that Clarkson City Council is showing the young folks that disrespecting all veterans, both alive and those that gave their lives for our freedom, appears to be okay, and saying that your vote does not count, as the council knows what is best. While in the Navy, back in the 60s, I was a crew member on an aircraft that flew up and down the Navy coast of Russia during the Cuban crisis. Recently, Bleeding Heart liberals started calling these reconnaissance flights spy flights, which put a negative tone to what I and now others are doing. Big difference between spy and recon missions. We stayed in international waters, never entered the Russian territory. Bleeding Heart liberals, who, like the Clarkson City Council, who supposedly know what's best for the voters, what the voters wanted, almost got one of these crews killed, or at least interned in a Russian prison. The crew was allowed to land in Russia after declaring a Mayday, but were put in jail. And thanks to the liberals who knew best and was calling this a spy flight, took a lot of political talks to obtain their freedoms. For me personally, when returning from one of these recon missions, our plane crashed into the side of a mountain. Out of a crew of 11, 5 of us survived. Only 3 of us were back to leading some semblance of a normal life. I'm sorry, I gotta stop for a second. We fought for your freedoms, and the way you are running the city, it is an embarrassment and a disgrace to any veteran who fought and died protecting the rights and freedoms of the U.S. citizens. Councilman Beatles, you are supposedly representing the voters. You are supposed to elect a person to fill an empty seat that will bring new and or fresh ideas to the council, not someone you know will parrot your words and actions and go by yours and your beliefs of being faithfully impartial. You claim that you know what is best for the voters. This is not what our servicemen of yesterday and today were fighting for and dying for. They're giving their lives to protect the freedoms of the citizens of the United States, which appears you are undermining by taking lessons from tyrannical leaders of the past. You are discouraging voters from voting by telling them their votes don't count. When lawmakers make laws, they don't.
3 minutes, sir.
I still have another half
No.
to finish. When
No.
the
You have your 3 minutes are up.
lawmakers make laws,
Your 3 minutes are up. Please sit down.
Councilman Beatles,
Please sit
when
down.
lawmakers make laws,
Please,
they
sir,
don't do
just
it
sit
to
down.
get kicked out of office. They do it to get reelected.